Sonali, the melodramatic bookworm. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with episode 2 of Coffee Talk with Melodramatic Bookworm. And today I'm here to talk about what I've read this month so far, what I'm currently reading, and what I plan to read. And as you all know, plan to read is always a very tentative thing because I have learned that making TBRs is just not good for me because I almost always don't read the books that I put into my TBR. So what I have taken to doing is making a TBR pool from which I select books and read. Okay, since this is a coffee talk, let me have a sip of my coffee. Oh wow. I realized at the end of filming this whole thing that I did not really talk about how it's my birthday month when I started filming this video. So yes, the whole reason that I made this video is because I wanted to title it what I'm reading this birthday month, like the one that I did last month for Pride month. So what I'm reading this birthday month, and then I completely went and forgot to mention that in the beginning. So yes, July is my birthday month. So this is a video talking about all the books that I have read so far, what I'm reading, and what I plan to read, what I've put in my TBR pool. Okay, let's get on with this video and what I actually intended to do with it. So this is my TBR book in which I write down all the books that I'm planning to read in a particular month. I just started it this year. So there were a couple of books that I brought into July from June, and so I finished one of those first, and that book is Birthday by Meredith Russo. This has a trans main character and it's very beautifully written. The struggles with identity and how the people around them take those struggles and that person to be. But the reason why I'm a little annoyed is because this author has a history of meting out abuse to their own ex-partner. So I'm like, how could you write something so beautiful and be such a bad shitty person? And then I read The Angel's Beauty Spots by K.R. Meera. I love K.R. Meera's writing, but the thing is, even though I quite like open endings most of the times, this was something that made me so angry because it did not tell me the first story, the first novella in this, The Angel's Beauty Spots. I want to know what happened, and it just did not tell me anything about what happened to that little girl. But even otherwise, the other two novellas were amazing. The second one especially, I loved it, and overall I did enjoy this book. And the next book that I finished was Orphaned by S.L. Bhairappa and translated into English by Sandeep Balakrishnan. It was originally written in Kannada, and I love this book because it gives such a variety of opinions and narratives. It goes into religious spirituality, and it talks about why the cow is so revered in India and looked up to as a goddess. Okay, so the next book that I finished was Heidi by Johanna Spyri, and this book has my heart. It is so beautiful. Heidi is so amazing. The main character is so bubbly, she's optimistic, she learns lessons and in the process teaches you lessons, and I just have a lot to talk about this book. So I will talk about it either in a separate review video. I don't think I can review this book though, but I'll either talk about it in a separate video or in my July wrap-up. So the next book that I read in July was a book that I brought in from June. It was our Drama Queenathon book club pick for June, but I didn't read it. Like, a lot of us did not finish it. But yeah, I did manage to finish it in July, and the book is Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. I finished this yesterday, and I think Haruki Murakami is the only author ever from whom I'll accept anything. Like, if he's saying that something is happening, leeches are raining down, then I will accept that. Yes, that happened, and I don't even need a reason for it. So this is one such book which makes you think. It made me like think about my own values, my own morals. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yes, this is one such book. So the next book that I brought in from June, which I still haven't been able to finish, like, it's short. I don't know why I haven't been able to finish. It's like 5 or 6 hours long, the audiobook, and the book is All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is George M. Johnson's own story and his experience of being queer, a black queer person. So yeah, it's really good so far. I'm about halfway through and I'm really loving it. So All Boys Aren't Blue is one book that I'm currently reading, and the other book that I'm currently reading is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. As you know, Elizabeth Acevedo is one of my favorite authors of all time. Her writing is so beautiful, so poetic. She writes in verse and it's amazing. I started reading it yesterday. I'm about 15% in and I am loving it. Okay, so the next book that I'm going to talk about is a Drama Queen-a-thon book club pick for July, and Heidi was also a Drama Queen-a-thon book club pick for July, and we had a really great discussion. We fawned over this book and we talked so much about it. The next book club pick is American Gods by Neil Gaiman, and this is huge. Oh my god, this is like 700 pages, I think. Yeah, 600 pages long, and I don't know if I'll be able to finish it because there's a history of Drama Queen-a-thon not finishing at least one book. I haven't started this yet because I got so excited about Clap When You Land that I was like, I'm going to read this. So this one, maybe I'll start reading it after Clap When You Land, or after I finish a couple of other books. Who knows? Who can tell? With me, anything can happen. So the next book is one that I am buddy reading with a very dear friend, and this is a reread. I read this book in 2018 and loved it. It has my whole heart. The book I'm talking about is The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Marianne Schaffer and Annie Barrows. If you've been following my booktube channel for a while, you would have seen in the very beginning that I fawned over this book. I completely went nuts when I read it. Now that my friend has given me a chance to, revisit Guernsey again, I'm like, I took it with both hands. We are supposed to be starting to buddy read this on the 27th, but history tells us that that's not going to happen. So the next 3 books are for the reading rush. If I put up a full video, TBR video for the reading rush. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link here as well as in the description box below. The books that I've selected for it, I won't talk much about it because I've already spoken a lot. The first book is Seeing Like a Feminist by Nivedita Menon. This is a non-fiction. I did the video for the Reading Rush TBR and I spoke a bit about it, and now I can't remember anything. That proves over and over and over again that my memory is garbage. So the next book is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This was for the prompt that said, read a book that inspired a movie that you've already seen. I read that book. No, I did not read it. I watched that movie and I thought it's about time that I read this book. Every time I think that I need to read this book, something happens in here and I just don't read it. And the third book for the reading rush is The Silent Patient by Alex. Am I right? Alex Michaelides. Yes, I am right. So this covers 4 prompts and I was so happy that this covered, that. And this is supposed to be a thriller, I think. Yes, this is a thriller and it's supposed to be really fast paced and a lot of good reviews coming this way. So I was like, okay, I'm glad this got picked. I think this will be my first pick for the reading rush on 20th. Okay, so the next 16 or so books, of course I won't be able to read all of them. It's just a TBR pool that I have, so I'm going to be picking out of those. So these next 16 or so books, they're just a TBR pool from which I'm really excited to read all of them. So the next book is How We Fight for Our Lives by Saeed Jones. It's a stunning coming of age memoir. Jones tells the story of a young black gay man from the South as he fights to carve out a place for himself within his family, within his country, within his own hopes, desires and fears. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this book, so I'm really excited to read it. Not just because I'm hearing good things about it, but also because of what it is, what the blurb promises to be, that I am really excited to pick it up. The next book is A Burning by Megha Majumdar. This is a debut novel about 3 unforgettable characters who find their lives entangled in the wake of a catastrophe. This sounds amazing. The cover is amazing. Just look at this cover. It was what pulled me to this book, and I was like, I need this book in my life, and I ordered it. So I think this is going to be an impulse pick after Clap When You Land. I know I said I will be reading American Gods, but this is too tempting, come on. The next book is If on a Winter's Night, A Traveler by Italo Calvino. The reason why I bought this book was because a friend with whom I am buddy reading the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, she said if you like Kafka on the Shore, then this is also a book that you might like. This is a book that sounds so, the plot of it sounds so convoluted that I am like, okay, I need convoluted in my life right now, so give it to me. The next book is Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb. I think this is non-fiction. Yes, obviously. Okay, this is not just non-fiction. Best-selling author, psychotherapist and national advice columnist, a hilarious, thought-provoking and surprising new book that takes us behind the scenes of a therapist's world where her patients are looking for answer, and so is she. And hopefully I will be able to read it this month. The reason why I'm putting... Okay, I need coffee. If you're doing a coffee talk, I might as well have some coffee. I drink like an elephant, it feels like. And then there is Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I wanted, Aurora Burning to come home before I could start reading this. But I don't know, if I do pick this up, then it will be because I can't stand, keep myself away, even though I have like hundreds of other books on my TBR. This is a gripping interstellar epic from the multi-award winning... Okay, this is fantasy. This is futuristic fantasy set in 2380. The next book is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. I don't want to talk much about this book because I've added it to 1.5 million TBRs before. It was also on my 19 books I want to read in 2019 list, but I did not read it. Obviously, like, if you know me, you will be like, yes, that's her. That's what she does. It's her USP. So yes, I'm really excited to read this book. Trust me, I know I've said I'm really excited to read this book a number of times before, but I haven't read it. The next book is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This is on my 20 books that I want to read in 2020 list, and I honestly don't know if I will be able to read it. Just look at this cover. It's... I'm a sucker for beautiful covers. Especially after reading like Pride and Prejudice and Little Women, I'm like, okay, classics are not that bad after all. Like, I had that in my head, but I'm slowly coming to learn that classics are really good, except for To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf, which soured my taste again. Anywho, the next book is Sita by Devdutt Patnaik. I'm planning to read that. It's an illustrated retelling of the Ramayana, but I did read Jaya and I enjoyed it a lot, and I did like the in-depth analysis that he did. I don't know if you could call it an analysis, but yes, I did like how he wrote. It was easy breezy, it had short chapters, and it talks about the Mahabharata from the beginning to the ending. The next book is Down Under by Bill Bryson. This is a book that I wanted to read while going to Melbourne last year. Like, I thought, how cool would it be if I was, spotted on an airplane with this book while going to Down Under, Australia. So that did not happen. After going to Melbourne and living in Melbourne for 2 months, I fell in love with Australia. It's such a beautiful country. We went on a couple of trips outside of the city, and oh my god, it has my whole heart. Okay, I've also done a couple of travel vlogs. If you want, I'll link them in the description box or in the cards above. So the next book is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I absolutely love Neil Gaiman's writing. It's simple, it's beautiful, it's evocative, and I feel like I should have read a lot more of his works, but I haven't been able to. But this is a book that I am hoping to read this month. Like, I say that about everything, but okay, did I talk about this book? Exit West by Mohsin Hamid. This is a love story, I think, and this is a short read as well. I think this has, let me check, it has 229-30 pages. So this should be an easy read, at least language wise, but I have been fooled before by such books. which are thin but which have so much weight to their words, to their sentences, that I just couldn't finish them like in one sitting. The next book is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily Exarpan. This is on the 20 books I want to read in 2020 list, and I've heard amazing things about it, and that it's beautiful. It talks about mental health, if I'm not mistaken. I say this time and again, over and over and over again, like a broken record, but I like to go in blind and be surprised. I like a book to hammer away at my heart. So I think this is going to be one that will do that. I'm not sure, it's a lot of pressure on one book maybe, but also not. Okay, so the next book is a book that I'm seeing everywhere on Bookstagram, even on Book Twitter, and that it's so beautiful, so amazing that everybody has to read it. There are like a few people who are like, read it, and I'm like, okay, I got the book, I'm going to read it soon. The book I'm talking about is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I'm hoping to read it. I have the ebook. Okay, I am going to read it, because if I don't, I think I'll have like 5 or 6 people on my case ready to, you know, disown me if I don't. They haven't said anything directly to me, but I've been seeing their posts and I'm like, okay, it will be good for my health if I read this book as soon as possible. The next book is The Monsters Still Lurk by Aruna Nambiar. My very good friend Kritika loved this, and I am even more tempted. I anyway was going to read it this month, but now that I've seen her love this book, it's like, duh, I need to read this book as soon as possible. The next book is one that Bloomsbury India very kindly sent over to me, and that is Fate of 8 by Dheeraj Singh. This is a thriller apparently, and I've not been seeing this around social media a lot, but I'm in a very thrillery kind of mood, thriller and classic kind of mood, so maybe this will be a good pick, and it will, you know, keep my mind diverted from a lot of things that my mind needs diverting from. Next is a book that I added to the June TBR pool. I was supposed to read it for Pride Month, but I was not able to, and I'm hoping I'll be able to read it this month. Funny Boy by Shyam Selvadurai. This is a boy's bittersweet passage to maturity and sexual awakening, set against escalating political tensions in Sri Lanka during the 7 years leading up to the 1983 riots. I've seen a lot of people talk really good things about this book, and I'm like, you have the book, why aren't you reading it? Okay, that was where my list TBR pool stopped, but there's also another book that I'm reading for the Colleen Hoover Lovers Club, I think this one is called. It's run by my very good friend Niyati at the Bookshare on Instagram, and that book is November 9 by Colleen Hoover, obviously. So Colleen Hoover's books, they make me cry. I bawl like a baby every time I read one of her books, so I'm prepared. I am absolutely prepared to read this and have my heart ripped out of my chest. So that's what I'm doing my birthday month. My birthday is on 24th, for those of you who don't know where it is. Yes, so that's what I have read, what I'm reading, and what I put into my TBR poll, which I plan to read, or which I hope to read, more like. So anywho, that's what I'm doing, and that was a little coffee talk that I thought I'd do, because it's been a while since we did a coffee talk. I think the last one was, the first one was last month, where I talked about No Net, my latest short story collection, and if you haven't checked that out, then I think you should. I'll leave the link in the description box below. If you have, let me know what you think of it. I hope you like it. And yes, let me know what you think of this video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What books from this batch have you read? Which ones do you want to read? What do you think of these books? If you've read anyone, and if you think that I should prioritize one book over the other, then just let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.